PGA Tour event. It's on your resume now. Tell us how that feels, and then take us through your round.
Yeah, it's a great feeling to play in the PGA Tour event. I've been waiting for a lot of years, and now I'm 56 years old. I'm playing in my first PGA Tour event. It's great. I play with two great guys, Heath Slocum and Scott Harrington, which are two wonderful guys to play with, and good players in their own right. And it was fun out there. It was fun.
Your 2 rounds. Take us through them. People will look at the scorecard and say, well, he struggled, but take us through those 2 rounds.
Yesterday, I really hit the ball really well. I shot 80, but I could have been a lot better. My short game was off. I didn't chip and putt good. And every time I missed a green, it was like boogie, and I didn't make a lot of birdies, so it added up to 80, and that's the number. Today, I hit it not as good as yesterday, but, I scraped it around a little bit. I double bogeyed number 7 and bogeyed 8 and 9, and that's kind of tough when you're making bogeys and not making no birdies. It's the score just go up, up, and up. So I had fun, though. I enjoyed it. I'm glad my kids got to see me play a PGA Tour event, and say hello to my mother and my sister and my whole family, and all that were on my side this week, and say thank you.
All right, congratulations. Thanks. For this event, we had a chat, and you said, you just wanted to have fun with it. Was it what you thought it would be?
Yeah, and then some. The people coming around and supporting, not just myself, but kind of all the local players and all the players, to be honest, was a lot of fun. It was fantastic. It made everything a lot better. I'd be lying if I said I didn't want to make a few more putts and stuff like that, give maybe a little something more to cheer about. But overall it was okay. I played okay. The score doesn't reflect, I think, how well I played tee to green. I just really struggled on the greens, unfortunately. Yesterday and today, those are probably the highest scores I could have shot. I really hit some good shots out there today, gave myself a lot of good looks. But yeah, it goes that way sometimes, and we just take it in and now kind of enjoy the weekend and be a fan myself. I think Michael's doing well, so hopefully he makes the weekend and we can kind of watch him over the weekend. And Daniel's playing this afternoon, so with a good round, he could be in as well. It's just so great to have an event like this here. As a golfer, as a local golfer. It's just great,
Playing in an event like this, where does this fit into your high, in your golf accomplishments?
Oh yeah, it's right up there. It's got to be the pinnacle, right? Because it's the pinnacle of the sport. So, like I said, the competitor in me right now is just a little disappointed. I would have liked to have maybe played a bit better, or I should say scored a bit better. But I'm sure I'll look back on it, later this afternoon and then tomorrow and reflect and take some good positives away from it. I thought, apart from the opening tee shot yesterday, I thought I handled the nerves quite well. I felt fine on the first tee this morning, which was good. But yeah, I got to work on. It's great to see how I think the game is supposed to be played. It's one thing to hit good shots. It's another thing to actually work your way around the course. And Ted and Spike, but Ted particularly, he really scored well. They get in a bit of trouble. Nothing really changes with their demeanor, their mannerisms. They just kind of go on to the next one, and they really keep their the score ticking over. They get up and down from a lot of good places. I had a great shot into 16 today. It rolled just over the back fringe, and I figured out a way to make 4 out of it. And these guys are, sometimes if they get in trouble off the tee, they'll lay it up to a good number, 100 plus yards, hit it in there, and then walk away with their par. And it just, so from that side, it's good to see, again, like I said, how the game I think is supposed to be played and kind of the things that you have to work on moving forward.
Well, Mike, you must be pleased with your round today. How do you feel?
I played really well today. I had a couple of unfortunate breaks, and it definitely cost me a little bit out there. I got off to a really good start. I think I was 3 under through 5, 3 under through 4, and things were just kind of cruising along. Birdied 7, and then took an unfortunate break on 9, and that seemed to slow down the momentum just a little bit.
How do your walk from 9 to 10? We could see a little bit of frustration. You could shake that off quick?
I mean, for me, there was no frustration. I mean, I did everything that I was trying to do. That's just rub of the grain, It was just more about me getting into my own space. and that's all I was doing. I was just refocusing on me there. But there was no frustration in that. There might have been a little frustration on 17, but yeah, I was just refocusing.
If someone said to you that you would shoot a 1-under in a PGA Tour event maybe 4 years ago, would you have believed them?
Well, first of all, I don't know if I would have ever believed I was playing at a tour event in Bermuda. So the answer is no. And then to get greedy, I would have said, I wish I would have shot 2. And if I would have shot 2, I wish it was 3. So, I mean, it is what it is, you know.
What has these 2 days meant to you?
I mean, so much. You got to, you know, hands off to the Bermuda Tourism Authority for getting this event here, all the sponsors, and you got to give it up to the guys that are just taking care of this golf course, up and around this pro shop. Everybody here has just done a phenomenal job. I mean, the golf course is fantastic. You know, we've never seen it like this. So it's playing a little bit different than we ever see it. And then all the support from the locals and everything has been, I mean, second to none. I mean, I had a nice little crowd out there following around today. It feels good. I know I'm walking straight and I'm keeping my head down, but it feels good to have everybody out there and cheering us on.
Do you think there is a chance the Cug could move back?
We need more wind. We got a bunch more wind, possibly, but I don't know.
Well, Kenny, you've played 2 days in a PGA Tour event. Tell us the emotion you're going through right now that you've finished your second round.
Nothing really right now. I think I'm just pleased the way I handled myself out on the course. I didn't get too upset, even though today I got a couple unlucky breaks around the greens and didn't convert on a lot of birdie opportunities, but you know, it's a really nice experience to be able to come out here at 15 and compete in a PGA Tour event. I certainly know now what I need to do in the next 5-6 years to get out here, and yeah.
What do you take from these 2 days?
A lot of things. You know, I think need a little bit of work with my wedges around the greens, and from 150 yards in. And need to convert on a couple more birdie opportunities on the par 5s. I didn't do that too well this week, and usually that's my strength. So I think that those guys are they handle themselves really good, and they work their way around the golf course really well.
One of the things you said prior to the tournament was you wanted to pick their brains as you went around. What was some of the things that they were advising you on how you can improve your game and do the things you do well to continue?
Nothing really about how to improve my game. I think it was just more of the steps that I need to take in the future to try to get out here on tour and different colleges and stuff and all of those good things. But my 2 playing partners were really nice, and I enjoyed playing with them.
All right. Thank you.
So something you want to do again next year, no doubt, if you zoom up to qualifying, you'll be happy to come back?
Yeah, for sure. I think that there's no point in not trying for a PGA Tour event. I know now this year I got a lot of experience under my belt, so next year hopefully I can come back and try to make the cut in this tournament and play a little bit better. So I'm glad that I came back this year, and hopefully going to come back next year as well.
Having your father, your caddy out there, he's obviously a former Olympic golfer himself. How did he try to keep you focused and all that? Some of the things he's saying to you?
Yeah, it was just he was good out there trying to keep me calm and all of that. And for the most part, I did all the yardage work and around the greens because I play here so much. But yeah, he did a good job keeping up, and I enjoyed it.
Two of the most special days in your golf career so far, and they're not playing in this tournament.
Yeah, for sure. You know, it's just the atmosphere around here. It's really nice.